What is something people tend to be ashamed of, but they really shouldn't be? Menstruation. Mental health issues. Okay, this is so specific, but yeast infections. They're a lot more common than you would think. Making mistakes. It's part of the learning process to mess up sometimes. As long as you learn from it, you're fine. Mistakes. Humanity wastes so much energy being embarrassed, hiding from it, deflecting, covering up. Just accept that we're all imperfect and use that energy somewhere constructive. Cellulite. It's not a condition. It's only advertised like that by people selling snake oil. Needing help. Hey, I don't know how to do the thing. Everyone knows how to do the thing. You're fucking stupid. Lesson learned. Never admit yo needing help with anything ever. Virginity at an older age. Being not good, feeling bad or depressed or sad. Dining out alone. As a man crying. Feels relieving to cry by myself. But it's like holding in flatulence around others. Their genitals. How they look. Their natural smell. The hair on them. Circumcised or not. Their size. Anything. Whether it be a male, female, trans man, trans woman, intersex, whoever. Sex masturbating low-end job not being up to par with your peers. Body hair. Being poor. Mental health struggles is probably number one on my list. Talking about past failures is also on the list, as is salary in non-traditional careers as well as age and body image. Their choice in music. Not knowing something. Thinking that there is something wrong with their appearance. Usually, however, in imagination. We should instead tell ourselves that we are okay as we are. Being lazy sometimes. Almost everyone is. But all the time. People try to justify or rationalize or hide it, when it's literally nothing to be ashamed of and super normal. Everyone's goddamned tired. We should be able to lay around until noon or spend the day video gaming or watching TV when we have the time and no other obligations. Their sexuality. Their body. That's it. A lot of women having had an abuse partner, being beaten, being raped. Apologizing. Asking for help. Getting random erections. It happens and it's natural and it shouldn't be something you feel ashamed about. Even if it's annoying, it is not your fault. Their upbringing. People who have a medical condition that causes weight gain or fluid retention. Women whose body changes after having children. People who were born not meeting society's standards of beautiful. Height, breast size, facial features you were born with, etc. Addiction or coping mechanisms of any kind that's a result of trauma, so long as you're trying to overcome it, regardless if it's drugs, alcohol, food, etc. Mental health issues. Crooked teeth. Being naked. Imagine if everyone were cool with just swimming naked, walking around the beach naked in the summer, playing volleyball, etc. Less problems and more freedom. Losing a job. Happens to many people. We aren't perfect and life can get in the way of work performance or company politics or bad coworkers and managers, etc. Overall, companies are rarely forgiving. So, forgive yourself and move past it. It's a setback, that's all. Small pecker. You can always use your mouth and hands. Also, in ancient Greece you'd have probably been well regarded. And yes, I do have one. Body hair. Not fitting of us or just different. Farting, just let it go, softly into the breeze. Late night urges for tacos. Being boring in bed. Being poor. Alcoholic here. You need never be ashamed to relapse. It's an addiction. That's what it does. It lies to you in your own voice that you're never going to make it. You absolutely can. Find the ones who are sticking with sobriety. Keep trying. I know of people who took 20-some-odd years to string together 365 consecutive days. I know people who relapse every weekend. It's okay. Fellow alcoholics understand, and we don't shoot our wounded. Pick yourself up. Try again. It'll catch with practice if you're desperate enough for hope. Having sex with people. Who cares how many people you slept with as long as you were safe and clean? Buying pregnancy tests. I've had my handful of scares. This was before self-checkout was a prevalent thing. I always felt so humiliated buying them, but like, what the fuck's a girl to do? Also, I resent that this and a lot of essential baby hygiene food items are behind locked glass doors. Now, how fucked? Periods. Sweating when exercising. Being childless. This world is overpopulated as it is. Child-free people deserve a medal for their service. Body count. Practically everything someone is ashamed of. They shouldn't be. Most of the situations where people actually should have shame, they don't. Their bodies, their homes, their jobs, and their interests. Trauma and neglect suffered as a child or as an adult. Being born poor. Living with parents as long as they are helping and not just mooching. Masturbation. Healthy sex drive. How many people they've had sex with. For the boy's penis size. Being a virgin. Their bodies. Getting bedbugs. The shame causes problems to spread and get worse. Stretch marks. Their bodies. Nothing wrong with something you're born with. Diarrhea. It's a bodily function everyone has, and it sucks for anyone that has to go through it. Masturbating. Past relationships cringe. You're just discovering what you like and what are your boundarings. Some middle-aged women are embarrassed about their flabby arms. Not doing anything in your free time, except gaming, YouTube, Netflix, etc. all day. I don't know if it's as big of a problem as it used to be, but people shouldn't be ashamed to get help for mental health. There is nothing wrong with seeing a psychiatrist and/or therapist. Being overweight or simply having extra body fat. Losing weight is not an overnight thing, unlike with getting rid of bad breath. For example, literally any aspect of their body they can't control. Boob size to dick size. Shaming size of anyone's body parts is disgusting. A slightly messy kitchen and/or living room. Anything in the house. It's lived in. It can't always look like an IKEA catalog. And people that judge you for it and give snide comments are just being cunts. Asking for help. Crying. Just so you people know, crying isn't weakness. Mental illness. Buying toilet paper. Farting in church. Stretch marks. Their body. Addiction. It can and does happen to anyone. Okay, I'll say it. Herpes. Not having a perfect body. Being single. Or a virgin. I waited until someone else wanted me to do them. 30 years old, then a couple mods later. That's what I was waiting for. I had time. They wanted me to. We used protection. I was delighted. Their race or ethnicity. Pubic hair. It's supposed to be there for hygienic purposes and to help with friction. Also, you look like Ken and Barbie dolls. It's weird. I see it as a sign of immaturity when people insist on clean-shaved genitalia. Their religion. Conopelling themselves with another person they think is better than them. Boners. Mental health problems. Having a small penis.